You're
Yep.
it's
That was
good.
dope though. That was
That
dope.
shit was funny, nigga.
It was
IG
super
said,
fun.
"Fuck y'all niggas, man."
I guess it got an hour limit or something. I don't
Nah,
know.
yeah,
I
they
guess
only
you
give you
don't
an hour
I'm
limit.
back.
you don't
Yeah,
got the
my man.
juice.
My man came back cool because we could get back into the extra shit, man.
Yeah.
So we got the music out.
Yep.
Like, we was talking the weed shit, and it actually ties into this whole thing that I'm kind of rolling into because, like we
Rolling
said,
into you ain't slick,
yeah,
nigga. I heard you.
we said we nah, nigga, shut up. Like yo, so now we openly talking about this shit when we was getting locked up. Damn, that's bright.
Still
Niggas,
locked up.
niggas getting still locked up for some bullshit like that. And it's crazy. And now,
Man, what made me angry, like for real, is
yeah,
just seeing these white people like making money off of it. So like Conan O'Brien literally smoked a joint with Seth Rogen on live cable television. Meanwhile, Jerome is in prison doing football numbers for a gram of weed. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, I know, I understand that. I understand that.
it's no diss to like the Seth Rogens or like the Jay-Z's or whatever, but like if you're going to or like the Nick Lachey's or whatever, like if you're gonna put your money in, if you're gonna be like, yo, you're gonna profit off of this and you're not working for the abolishment of prisons or
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
expunging of records,
I feel you.
um,
I can definitely
then
understand that.
you just money hungry. Like I'm not gonna give you props for for like breaking down doors that are
I
still
mean,
caging niggas up. You know what I'm saying?
finessing. If anything, I the whole Jay-Z shit, like that shit a finesse, bro. That nigga did it on both sides, bro.
Yeah, that nigga literally started
On both sides, bro. So it's like
selling and then now he's selling.
selling. Yo, but it's
This
like
nigga really
yo,
said, I'm
like,
not a businessman, I'm a businessman. He
but
meant
like yo,
that.
as a nigga that comes from that environment, like I love it. Like I love to see
But
it,
again, like I said, like
but at the
I feel
same
like
time,
Jay-Z, I feel like
it's
Hov can
like
do more
damn.
though. Like he's one of those people that I be looking at sideways. Like
Man, I
Jay,
don't look at. I can't look
Meek,
at my
I know
people
you don't.
sideways, bro. It's a hard
I
thing for
can,
me to
bro.
do.
It's out
It's
of
a hard
love
thing for
though.
me to do.
Like it's out of love. Like
It's a hard thing for
you
me to do
touching
because
a
like I'm like Toby. If you black, we in sync. Bye, bye, bye. Like
not all
that's
kinfolk, bro.
hey, yo,
That
you
sword getting
right.
harsher.
Yo, you right.
Not all
But that
kinfolk, bro.
yo, you right. But to me, that's more off the fact. Like, yeah, I don't know these niggas.
Right.
Outside of that,
But like the only thing I can go off of are one, their actions, and then two, what they say. And so if Jay is talking about hashtag new rules, oh, this is how you do your business, whoop de whoop, like he's the ultimate capitalist. And he's proud about that too. But
yeah,
then
and
he's also trying to like I mean, we talked about this and we disagree about it. Like I feel like he's trying to posture himself as like a revolutionary time out. I'm
I mean, yeah,
Jeff Fort with
we
Black
feel differently
Stones.
about that. We
I'm
definitely feel differently about that because in
gonna
my
name
aspect,
drop
it's
Asada Shakur.
in my
Nigga, you ain't no
aspect,
revolutionary.
in my lens is yo, I see somebody that look like me, that talk like me, that fucking act like me, and he's a motherfucking billionaire, bro. How can I be mad at
That
that?
does nothing for us.
I don't
That
know.
does
I
nothing
don't give
for
a
the
fuck
people.
about yo. His job is not to do shit for me, bro.
See, I
Like
disagree. I'm
he
like
did
Tupac.
enough. He did enough for me by doing him, bro. And me seeing like yo,
Nah,
like damn, bro,
I'm not rolling.
I don't
No,
have to do all of this other shit, bro. Look, and we think differently, bro. You like to be spoon fed. I
Pac,
got you. I don't. I
Pac
don't. I like
literally
to work
said,
for what I get.
bro, Pac literally said, if you work for it, cool, but you still owe. That's how I feel.
Nah, I don't owe nobody shit,
Hove,
bro.
Hove
I
became a
don't owe
billionaire.
nobody shit. I'm gonna do
Hove,
what I want when I want, and if I give
yeah.
it up, it's gonna be because I chose to, not because you told me I had to. Because then at that point it's like yo, I don't like this fucking black tax shit. Like niggas be putting the
It ain't
black
just black
tax on
people.
each other, bro.
It ain't just black though.
But I'm just
Like
saying,
I keep
niggas
that.
be putting
You
the
know me,
black
nigga.
tax
I
on
keep
each
that
other, bro.
same energy. I keep that
Huh?
same energy. I keep that same energy. Like, I'm not just going after black billionaires. Like,
No,
you
I
know
got
how
you.
much I love LeBron. I don't feel like nobody should be a billionaire. In my opinion, billionaires are built off of
And
exploitation.
I can't disagree with you more, man. I cannot disagree with you more.
Yeah,
I
winner.
cannot
This is what we
disagree with
do.
you more.
Like,
Now, I will say I don't feel like
Damn.
billionaires should be out here cheating their way around and fucking eating
that
off the little
it's
people. I'm
inherently
not okay
cheating
with
though.
that either. I'm not okay with third
That's
class citizenship
inherently
either.
cheating.
Yeah,
Like
that's
bringing
what
it
I'm
back to
saying.
Tyler. Tyler literally
Like
says, "Oh, I'm trying to make $1 billion," and like I'm vibing, and then I'm just like, "God dang it!" Like I'm not surprised, and like,
yeah,
but it's that shouldn't be the goal. Like the fact
why
that
not?
it's based off exploitation. You can't get $1 billion. You
Listen,
take $1 billion.
and I got you, but everybody don't got the same goals, and you can't expect them to, nigga. Like at
You
the end of
right.
the
They don't
day,
got the same goals. You
at
right.
the end of the day, you came in here by yourself, and you gonna leave by yourself. And if you decide to live that way, I can't say nothing about it.
I can, nigga.
Hey, you can.
Winner. So
What's up?
like,
How you feel about all of this, Winter?
You want me to put in my 2 cents?
Yeah,
yes, white man.
yeah. I want you to
Damn.
put in more than
Okay.
2 cents. Put $1 in there.
Well,
Shit.
because I'm also my perspective is also I'm a business owner, so
Yeah,
like you already know I'm a capitalist because I'm a business
Talk your
owner.
ish.
But
I'm a
like,
business owner and I'm a socialist. What you mean?
well, I
Yeah,
mean,
nigga.
but
well, I don't. I mean,
well, I mean, I feel
though?
like you have to be inherently capitalist in some ways to be a business
Yes, you
owner.
do.
I feel like yeah, in some ways you have to be. You have to at least agree with some of it, you know.
Oh yeah, because the whole point of business is to fucking make money.
Right. And Thomas is gone, unfortunately, but
From the host page.
Nah,
Bro, what
I'm
you
right
doing?
here. I'm just
Nah,
you're here?
I had to start charging my phone so it didn't shut off on me.
yeah, the whole point of business is to make money, bro.
Yeah, I can't speak for every business, but I know like a lot of companies, like how they went from like millions to billions was through stocks, through offering stocks. Because once you like that's like the next level for like companies. Like once they've like hit like their 100 million or whatever dollars.
Yeah, it's like all right, now let's
There's
start
not
letting
much
people
where you
buy
can.
in.
Yeah, you can't really like at that point you've already like hit your market capitalization, all that stuff. So the only way that you can grow is by offering a piece of your company that you're selling
Business
to the masses.
Yeah,
And then like so they're essentially through their stock offering they're making their company like way huger than it would have been otherwise. Because now you have a whole bunch of people owning like a small chunk of your company.
yeah.
And are people buying on the hype with a lot of these companies? Like a lot of these like tech companies, for sure. But there's others that too have like solid foundations for making money. So if you're like, hey, I want to get in on all that. So like I kind of see it both ways. Like I do see that there's definitely exploitation of like the working class, absolutely. But at the same time, like I don't think it's good to put limitations on like the ability for people to earn money. Just because like I see that as like, I mean, like does a lot of that happen through exploitation? Absolutely. But I don't think, I feel like that's just part of like the American way to to be free, to have like the ability to grow and expand as you're able to, as a business. So I don't know. That's my
the established United States of America was built on that.
The established United States of America was built on exploitation, which was slavery and genocide.
No, but I'm talking about. But that too was a business.
Yeah,
that was a business. Yeah, it was
big business.
It was a messed up, terrible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Business.
To the point where they fought a war over.
Free. Yeah, right. They're like, we want to keep this free labor, and like,
are we not still fighting wars over this business?
That's a fact.
That's a business itself.
Yeah, we do.
America Inc.
So,
but I think that's bad.
I'm not saying it's not bad, but I'm not going to never say making money is bad, bro. You got me fucked up.
I'm not saying making money is bad. All I'm saying is the way people are making money off of the backs of the people and then turning around and saying, hey, I know that you gave me this money, but you trying to hold me accountable, leave me alone. Like
Can I?
J. Cole's line saying like, oh, you trying to criticize a millionaire when you're not a millionaire?
Yeah.
Like, that's dumb. Just because I
If
don't
you
have
broke,
money,
no,
I
he said
can't
if you
criticize
broke and
somebody?
clowning a millionaire, the joke is on you.
Right. That's stupid. Like, just because I don't have that amount of money, I can still offer up
But he,
critique.
but he wasn't referring to you. Like he was talking to people who are like legitimately clowning him because they hate him because of what he's got, not because they have actual critiques.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what the lyric was about. I
Yeah,
think.
yo, stop
Personally, I
being
think.
soft, nigga.
Nigga, shut up. I'm
That
saying
nigga wasn't
what,
talking about you. He's talking about
but
these goofy
regardless,
niggas
even,
out here clowning millionaires. You're goofy, bro. You're broke. What are you talking about?
right, but even the fact that you're broke does not invalidate criticism. Like Kevin Hart went on that whole Twitter rant quoting J. Cole, that same line that you talked about, where he was like, his whole position was like, I'm a millionaire. I won. Y'all lost. You can't say nothing to me. And I just think that that's foolish. Like, I feel one, I think that there needs to be a limit, like, on, I know that it's anti-American to think about we over me mentality. America is very individualistic. It is
No,
very,
it's not. No, I wouldn't
yes, it
even say
is.
that. But you gotta think about it, right? America has always been this idea of freedom, freedom, right? So how can we
Right.
have freedom
Right.
and put limits on shit?
But like, I
I
think
mean,
that
you know what I
just
mean?
leads to defining what freedom is,
No,
right? Because
absolutely,
like them niggas
absolutely.
was walking around like, hey, we're
But we
free.
can't. You gotta think
Meanwhile,
about it
niggas
though.
was
We can't
enslaved.
sell. We can't sell the American dream, which is, you can come here and be what you want to be and do whatever the fuck you want and be successful and lead your own successful life. We can't sell that and then say, oh, nah, nigga, you can't make this much money. Hell nah, you can't do that. You can't do this.
We
You
not
can't
even
do
letting
that.
niggas in the country though. Like we're not even getting to that point. Like sure, we're saying the propaganda, we're saying the hype of like,
But they
hey,
hear
come
though.
to America for life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness.
But
And
they
then you
hear, bro.
have Kamala Harris on the TV talking about, hey, you immigrants trying to escape from Guatemala and these brown countries and trying to escape
Nigga,
oppressive regimes and all that, stay home.
bro.
No, even though it
They
is
they
their
in
legal
here,
right
bro.
to
They in
pursue
here
asylum.
smuggling them in here anyways, yo. These niggas is going
The
up to the border, getting arrested, brought in here, and then just fucking let off. And anyways, they doing the same shit
I
anyway.
thought I
Build
thought
that wall. Build.
I thought Kamala Harris wasn't talking about like the legit like asylum seekers. I thought she was talking about like the crazy like influx that's going on right now of like
Look,
people
bro,
like just trying to
bro,
cross over. You know what I
we
mean?
could go on all day about
I
this
don't know.
shit, bro.
That's a fact.
We could go on all
Yeah,
day about this shit because you already know, like, they both on the
can't,
same shit. Them niggas
can't
both
stop.
goofy as fuck, and everybody
Facts.
else don't want to realize these niggas out here playing.
They know what it is though. Like we could talk about this. We were supposed to talk about Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
Them niggas made Juneteenth a federal holiday. But they ain't talk about no reparations. They ain't talk about no lynching law being passed. They ain't talk about
that's
They
nothing.
crazy.
still ain't
There's
stopped the
still not a
police.
lynching law in the books. That's crazy to me.
They
They
still ain't
tried.
stopped the police from
I know.
killing us.
I mean, but the police work with the state. So like the state trying to police themselves, that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm
This
saying?
shit is
The police can't police
this shit
themselves.
is equivalent to fucking Black
Abolish the
History
police.
Month for me, nigga.
Defund the police.
Yeah,
Defund the military. Break
I
it
agree.
down. What's your feelings on Black History Month?
I
Me?
get it, but I don't get it. They're like that's honest. That's honest.
No, Winner. I was talking to
Sorry,
Shamel.
my bad. My bad.
Nah, yo,
My
Winter,
bad.
you can keep it real too. Fuck out of here, yo. We brought you on
Nah,
here.
I was
You can
just
speak freely, cause you
no,
on
I
with
was
two
just telling him.
you on with
I
two
was just
people that's gonna
echoing what
listen
you
to what you
said.
got to say. And if don't nobody
But
else
yeah,
like it, oh well.
they can kick rocks.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Winner.
I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of feelings about Black History Month either, other
I mean,
than the fact that, like, I mean, I think it's on one hand, I'm like, it's good that it brings awareness, but it's like, at the same time, like it's so easy to, like as like seasons come and go, it's like, oh, it's February, it's Black History Month, but then like the month is over, then it's like, well, like, you know,
Exactly.
I guess it just feels like another month to me, and
exactly.
It doesn't really bring about any sort of like conscious change in the people, like as far as their like, opinions or their like maybe challenges their thoughts about race. I mean, can it do that? I think it has potential to do that, but I think for a lot of people, they just, like, cool, it's Black History Month, and then they keep going
They
about their day,
they post that same dry MLK quote.
Yeah.
Fuck.
The safest,
Like,
the really safe ones.
Knowing damn well, like, if they really gave a fuck about what Martin Luther King was talking about, we wouldn't be dealing with any of this bullshit right now. Because he was for the people.
Because if we really get into it, MLK has some other quotes. He was organizing the Poor People's Campaign.
Yeah, y'all niggas don't give a fuck about that shit. Cause I just fucking drove past two niggas sleeping under the motherfucking underpass. What you talking about?
Look up what he said about Beyond Vietnam. Look up that. He was anti-war.
Yeah, exactly,
and
bro.
They killed him.
Exactly.
Like he was.
So, and I got you. Because the same thing, like I said,
anti-capitalist, to be honest.
We've been going hard. Nah, so yeah, Juneteenth to me is like, all right,
you're back.
Okay. My bad.
Juneteenth to me, like I said, it's just like Black History Month. Like I get it, but I don't get it. But at the same time, like politically, it's like, all right, yo, let me give them Juneteenth so I can say I did something for Black people.
Let me. Do you know what Juneteenth is?
Yeah, it's the day that slavery was officially ended, right?
Yeah.
June 18th.
But like June 19th.
19th.
But the June 18th is my sister's birthday. What up, mate? But the crazy thing is like how twisted it is. Like them niggas really heard the Emancipation Proclamation by Lincoln, and then some slave owners in Texas was like, nah.
Yeah.
Of course, it's fucking Texas too, man.
And so they had to force them. They literally had to force them to be like, hey, come up off your slaves now.
Yeah, I saw a documentary a couple years back. I'm not gonna say the network who did it, but
well, you sound like you rapping, nigga.
They was talking about how it's still Black people in this country that ain't know they was free. Like going back generations, like this was like 2 years ago. This documentary was not 2 years. Back in 2018 when this documentary was put out.
I mean, I literally saw a
Black
video of James Baldwin,
like living on where they old plantations was, and that's just where they grew up. That's where their family always grew up.
Because like, if we really want to get into it, like, slavery was abolished, cool. But it wasn't like it was good for Black people after that. They still was like, okay.
They weren't accepted into the white communities.
No, exactly.
I mean, they still weren't accepted as people.
They say after slavery, the prison system was created, and then one of the first crimes was
police
to be
were created.
One of the first crimes was homelessness. Well, who the fuck was homeless? All those fucking Black people y'all just freed.
Right.
They're like, hey,
and
get off my land.
The prison labor system came right after that.
I mean, to be honest, like the cops were the first, like, that's an institution of slavery. Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
Like,
right. They were already
the cops' job, in my opinion, is to protect property, and Black people, I mean, non-white people, were considered property. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
And so, like, yeah, after slavery, it was like, hey, you need a job. If you don't get a job, you're going to jail. All right, you're going to jail. 13th Amendment says that slavery is legal. So you're back into slavery.
Yeah, and then boom, leading into
Yeah.
the documentary that came out a few years ago, those black people said, well, we don't have nowhere else to go, so let's just go back to them, live with them. We got somewhere to live, we got some food, and we just work for them. They just won't fucking whoop up on us now no more. But
Right.
they'll still come rape us and shit.
Jeez.
I mean, that's
I
real.
know that shit was happening. That's why I'm like, geez,
It's
I know
still
Yeah,
that shit was
happening.
happening.
and
Yeah.
then
It's
so
still
like you
happening.
think about that documentary and it's like, well, think about that if they just stayed there and then they had kids. And then they kids stayed there, and then they kids had kids, and then they stayed there, and now it's fucking 2018, and these niggas still don't know that they free. It's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
And it's like
And
mentally.
then you still hear Tucker Carlson or someone like that be like, "What's the big deal? It's they, you know, like,
Yeah,
oh my god, that
I
guy."
mean, not just Tucker Carlson. That's nice. Like that's cool. But like textbooks is still talking about that. Like I have on my
Yeah.
phone examples of like, and some slaves were happy, or like,
Oh my god.
they call them workers, right? Or
oh yeah,
Right.
like
or they
some slave
or
owners were
Africans
friends.
came to America for a new beginning.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah, you got a
This is
daughter.
this is on my daughter homework. Yeah,
You got a
Oh my
daughter.
god.
Exactly.
yeah,
It's
Nah,
still from your daughter's homework. I mean,
shot. Say it again.
that's recent then.
Say
That's
what you
got to be
saw.
real recent.
yeah. And then oh yeah, go back to Black History Month. She gets a Black History Month project, and she has to do. She gets a list of people to do projects from, and I see fucking Marco Rubio and Selena Gomez on that motherfucker, and I'm like, yo, what is this shit? Because I wouldn't see Barack Obama on the motherfucking Latin American month project. I wouldn't see that shit. Like I
Like
was
it's not even
confused.
like it's not even invalidating Afro Latinos are mixed
Yeah,
people, but Marco Rubio is a white Hispanic. Like he has he doesn't identify as black.
Selena
Neither does
Gomez.
Selena Gomez. She doesn't either. She's a white passing uh
That's what they were
Hispanic.
calling her. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, that's what she is. Like no diss. Like I know what she ain't. She ain't black. Like it's not even like they had Afro Latinos on there. They just went
yeah,
straight to
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Like
like
yo,
if we're talking
I would
about
have
the original
understood. I would have
Selena,
understood. Maybe if J Lo was on there, I might have understood that.
but like Selena, like the original Selena, not
Yeah.
Gomez. She
Nah.
had Taino blood in her.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she had those features because she was mixed with black and like African blood, I mean. But Selena
Oh,
Gomez,
yeah.
what?
I don't know. The whole shit is crazy, but at the
Selena?
same time, like, like Winter said, like I understand the perspective and the acknowledgement because it
Mm.
should be, but at the same time, like for it to be subjected to a day or a month, like Black history is it not American history?
100%.
You know, is it not
It needs to be in
American
the
history?
textbooks.
And if y'all want, if they want us black people to view ourselves as
As
Americans,
Americans. Right.
why the fuck won't
Yeah.
they treat us like that?
Yeah.
I mean, like the thing is that yeah, they're
It's
trying to hide
crazy.
the truth because the truth is ugly, man. But it's like
Yeah, the
that's our
truth is
history,
ugly, but
you know.
another thing is too, when you hide the truth and you hide history,
It
it
comes
repeats
out
itself.
and it repeats itself.
It
But yeah,
repeats
it comes out
itself.
eventually too.
Yeah, it repeats. I mean, like we just now learning about shit that our fucking parents should have known about.
That's a fact. I spoke to
You
my
know,
nana.
we just now learning about shit that has happened to our grandparents and our great grandparents.
Bro, I talked to my nana and she told me what a shoebox lunch is.
A shoebox
I
lunch.
never heard of anything like that.
Go
She was
ahead,
like,
spin.
a shoebox lunch. I was like, Nana, what are you talking about? She was like, when we were on the train and we crossed the Mason-Dixon line, black people couldn't be served. Like they
When they
had
came
money,
down
but that
south.
money wasn't good. Exactly. And so you had to feed yourself some type of way. And so you would take a shoebox, you would make your meal, you would put it in the shoebox and keep it with you so that when you cross that line, when the white people weren't serving you, you had something to eat. That's
Wow.
a shoebox lunch.
And this is
And
your
that's like,
grandmother.
that's my grandmother. Like, she wasn't even 80, like,
This
when
is
she
your
passed.
grandmother.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll go even further
But
than
we
that.
supposed to get over some shit.
I can go even further than that. My
This is
auntie,
your fucking grandmother.
my auntie, who is very much alive, who is in her 50s. This is my aunt, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was a part of the first integrated class in Pensacola.
Okay.
So they had a
Wow.
black school get bussed into the white district, and there was a race riot. This is 80s,
Wow. Because
the
of one
You
1980s.
class?
said 80s.
This is based off
Hey,
of one class?
and I was born in 88.
Wow.
Yeah, so like
And they
my
said 1973 is when it was fully legal for every black American to vote. 1973. My mom
So
was
crazy, dude.
4.
my dad,
Yeah.
the same high school, they were named the Rebels. They're Scambia Rebels.
Yeah.
You know, like the Confederate generals,
Yeah.
the racists. It'd be
Yeah.
called like the Houston Nazis. It's like that. It's like if somebody
Oh,
like give it up for the Pittsburgh Hitlers. Like is that type of. Oh, I'm gonna stay on
Damn.
Confederate, Nick. Like we
yeah, nah, but I feel you
nigga
though. I
coming
feel you.
on. I'll go to me, bro. Like my dad, they changed the name and they almost had another race riot because they went from the rebels to the Gators. Like white supremacy is so ingrained that
Wow.
myself, I am 29 years old. With before the uprisings that was happening in Tampa, we had to drive past a huge Confederate flag every time we took I-275. This was a Confederate graveyard, the biggest flag I'd ever seen
Yeah.
in my whole entire life. Nigga, I see Confederate flags. I went to Wendy's. Somebody that works there has a Confederate flag on their trunk. My high school, niggas who were my best friends, she would make a joke talking about, haha, the South will rise again. I didn't know what she was talking about.
What the
Like,
fuck?
Yo,
yeah,
but see, that's what's
That's
crazy to
not
me, bro,
cool. What the
because like
fuck? The South will rise again. Hell no, it won't.
that's what's crazy to
The
me
fuck?
because I always like, I'm from up north, but I used to always like I could never understand seeing black people running around with a Confederate flag on. You know what I mean? And like I'm
even
like, all right,
Kanye, like, you know how much I love Kanye. This
yeah,
nigga was
but
like, oh,
I
I'm
could
going to
never
try and make it
understand
my
it growing
own.
up because like
Damn.
I learned about all of that shit. I learned about and like even at the base of it, even at the base of it, if I didn't learn anything else about the Confederate flag, I knew it was the Union, the Confederacy, and the motherfucking Civil War, and the Confederates was the bad guys.
Cause like
If
they'll
I
talk
didn't learn
real,
anything, I knew that. So
they'll talk real smooth.
every time I saw black people with a Confederate flag, I was confused, bro.
Like niggas are saying heritage, not hate. When if you really
What's
look
the
at it, like
heritage of the fucking Confederate flag?
I'll tell you the heritage. I'll tell you right now. The emancipation speech, like when Mississippi was like, we're done with y'all. We want
Yeah,
slaves. Thank you so much. Them speeches, like if you look at those speeches where the states are seceding, that's what it's called, secession speeches.
yeah,
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 seceding
yeah.
from the
They
Union.
literally
Yeah.
say
They wanted to
in the
start their own
text,
country.
and them niggas over there are inferior to white people. Like the Negro race is inferior. We are superior. Like there's no
And it's
sugarcoating
sad because
there. They're saying it explicitly.
people still feel that way.
So yeah,
Yeah.
what makes me so mad though?
They just hide it nowadays.
What makes me so
Yeah,
mad is that like I have to pull from like things that happen 100 years later, right? Like I'm saying it's like the Nazi flag, but like you know where the Nazis got some of their ideas from? The United States of America, how they were treating black people. The miscegenation laws
yeah. That's
was
why,
mirrored.
But that's why they was also trying to be smart. And when niggas was going over there during World War II, the Nazis was trying to recruit
Yep.
the niggas.
They was like,
They was trying to
we
recruit
have
them. They was
freedom.
like, yo, y'all want to go back over there and get treated like that?
Niggas would, you know this, you're from the military, niggas would fight for the country. Like, would fight for them. And they'd have to follow behind POWs of war. Like Nazis, like
Yeah,
racist
yeah.
niggas, like the enemies would be in the trucks riding along while the black soldiers
Getting fed
were
ice cream and
walking
shit. Well, we gotta go around the back.
just like Dylan Roof was fed Burger King and George Floyd was
Choked to death.
murdered.
Yeah.
Mike Brown was murdered. Eric Gardner was strangled. Sandra Bland was murdered.
That's
You
what
know
I'm saying.
Like
That's what I'm saying. So like we're supposed to view ourselves
as Americans.
as American citizens, but we don't get treated as such.
Now we get treated like the system is showing us time and time again. Like this ain't no mistake. This is how it is set up. It is work. The system is not broken. The system is working exactly how it's set up.
Yeah, but until somebody fucking throw a wrench in that shit and we start getting more people like us, that's like, nah, I'm good, bro. Like, I don't got time for that shit.
And that's why I feel like it's important for us to have these conversations.
In public.
White, black, whoever. Like,
in public.
Y'all my niggas. Like, and I mean, I only have one rule. Like, with my friends, like, I'm just like, look, don't say nigga and we good. Like, that's it. That's it, bro. It's one rule. Like, that's it. And we good. Like, and so it's important for us to have these conversations. It's important for us to have opposing views, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I don't like this shit. Like, me and my boy was talking about this shit. How they talking about how like, we shouldn't talk about this shit in the schools. Like, I'm saying, why not? What I think is wrong is for them to be pressing the issue like, oh, whitey is bad and whitey is this and whitey is that, and like nah, that shit is whack. We don't want that shit. We don't want that shit. We just want y'all to tell the fucking truth, learn what it is, and then let's fucking move forward from it.
I don't know if you saw my Instagram page, but I literally said John Brown, who's a white abolitionist, he did more for black people than Barack Obama. Like, it's goofy to say, oh, white people are the devil. Oh, white people are the enemy. When there was white people who put in that work. Like, they're, you know what I'm saying?
They
like,
still putting in that work.
That's a fact.
One of them is pretending to. He in the White House right now. But, you know.
He's just trying to stay awake over there.
Yeah. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, like, watching this shit and seeing this shit, I'll say this.
They really playing in our faces.
Loud and proud. I'm so glad that I sat this election out. I was stress free. I'm sitting here laughing at everybody trying to kill each other. I'm like, yo, y'all trying to kill each other. I ain't even vote for none of them, and I'm just enjoying it right now.
They got me in 2016. I ain't gonna front.
Ain't nobody get me.
It worked on me. They were like, Trump is the boogeyman. We gotta vote him out. I was like, but Hillary sucks, and she hates black people, and she used slaves. But Trump, though, he sucks.
Hey,
I voted for Hillary in 2016.
Even now,
2020?
I'll be sitting here like, so yeah, why did y'all vote for them? Why y'all voted for them?
It's the lesser of two evils. I hate that.
I don't play that game.
I don't either. I voted third party.
I don't play that game, yo.
But we could talk about this forever, though. Like,
yeah, you give me two bad choices, I'm be like, all right, what's worse? What's worse than these two? I'll take that option, please.
I played that game this election. Yeah, I did. It was the first time I ever voted, but
I couldn't do it.
It's purely because I just wanted Trump out.
Nah, I couldn't do it. Like, Joe Biden.
I just felt like Trump was like I just felt like he was so bad for like our country. I felt like we had to get him out of there.
Malcolm X has a quote.
What do you mean by that? I would like I would like to know, like, what your thought process is on that. Like, why you would say that you felt he was bad for our country? Because I felt that way too, but not in nearly the same way that most black people would look at it. So I really want to know why you felt that way.
I felt that way because, like, honestly, like, at first it was because I thought he was just like a terrible leader, like someone who like you know would just straight up lie like to your face on purpose about stuff that we know for a
Okay.
fact isn't true.
Yeah.
Like even just little stuff like the Stormy Daniels scandal, like that whole thing. It's like, like little stuff like that where it's like I can tell like this man doesn't have the integrity that I would look for in a leader, like straight up. Like he just doesn't
Okay.
have that. He doesn't have like I feel like I can't trust him. But then like when it came to like his response to like everything that was happening like this past year with like George Floyd and like the riots that were happening,
Okay.
like I felt
Uprisings, be
like
clear.
I felt like he like was just like like he was essentially I don't know, just I guess I don't know, I guess every Republican does this, but just kind of spots like all the stuff that like Fox News would say, just like, oh, like
I got
it's
you.
not that
I
big a
got
deal,
you.
or oh, it's just what I mean.
I got you because
Um,
everybody has that influence about certain Republicans and stuff like that. So I definitely I can understand that. I can understand
I'll
and
that.
say this. Oh, go ahead. My bad. I didn't realize you weren't done. Go ahead, Winter.
no, I was trying to like form my thoughts, but like yeah, I feel like he just man, like when people like when like things are going bad, like as a president, like you're supposed to bring people together, and like he did the opposite of that. He always does the exact opposite of that every
Stirred the
single
pot.
time, and especially when it comes to like race relations, like with tension so high, he like yeah, will just continue to stir that pot and be like, oh, like you know, like we're gonna arrest all these people that are looting, blah blah blah. It's like
Yeah, I don't disagree
it's
with
not even
that at all.
about that shit. Like it's not even about that shit. Like that was like that's the response to what was happening. Like you're not looking at like like I like when I look for like a leader, I'm looking for someone who like can understand that like what we're dealing with is just surface level issues right now. Like we need to get to like the nitty gritty to
Yeah,
really
get
like
to the nitty gritty.
solve
Like,
problems.
yeah, absolutely.
So that's why I didn't vote for him this
Yeah,
year.
I was
I
along
haven't
those
voted for him
lines.
period, but yeah.
I was along those
This is
lines.
what I'll say. This is what I'll say. I couldn't vote for Biden because he sucks. Like
His views on policing are troubling for
he's
sure.
Joe Biden's a racist, and
I mean,
he also uh
he's an 80-year-old white dude.
That's
nah,
what I'm saying.
I
Like,
can't say that. I can't.
like, see, nah, see,
Nah, I'm not giving him. No, no,
and
I'm
yo,
not
see,
rolling.
that's why I gotta sit with Winter on that response because I'm sorry, yo. Like when I look, I'm not gonna cut you off again, but when I look at our government, I see a bunch of old ass white people. So that says to me, at some point in their lives, they wanted me fucking dead. And these are the people that I'm supposed to trust.
Yeah,
Fuck out of
100%.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Joe
yeah.
Biden's boy was Strom Thurmond, who was racist with the hard R. Like, but like there were things when I
Oh
looked
man,
at like Joe Biden versus Trump, there was
Uh-huh.
nothing that like pulled me towards him. There was no deciding factor. Like I could look at Trump and be like, okay, he has cases of sexual abuse against him. Okay, Joe Biden has cases of sexual abuse against him with Tara Reid. Uh, Trump's a racist. Biden's a racist. Uh, Trump wants to increase police budgets. Trump,
So Joe Biden
Trump did. Joe Biden pledged $300 million to police.
behind our backs.
There was
Behind our
not
backs.
there. Nah, he said
yeah.
it with like he said it in our faces. Like he made it seem like it was like reforming. He was like, "Oh, it's for like social programs and
That's
for
what I'm saying.
cops
He
to
did
learn
it.
not to shoot
That's
niggas."
what I'm saying. He
But
did
like,
that shit. He did that shit slick. Like I told niggas straight up, I say, yo, at least Trump said, fuck y'all motherfuckers to our faces.
yeah. But I will say,
I
Joe
can
Biden,
respect
Damn.
that
Joe
a
Joe
thousand
Biden did
percent.
that. Joe Biden did that with student loans. There's a video clip that had me dying, bro. This girl is up there telling her sob story, and she's like, I am behind. I'm in $50,000 worth of debt. I don't know if there's any way to survive, and the only person that can help is you. And then Joe Biden says, yeah, I have family who's in student loan debt. And then people start laughing. He's like, y'all laughing, I'm serious. And he was like, I want to let you know I'm not doing anything about that. I was like, this is the most gangster.
What the fuck?
I was like, this is the most gangster thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Like Joe
Yo,
Biden looked
but
her
see, I
dead in
can
her
respect,
eyes.
but I can respect
Joe,
that.
Joe
I
Biden
can
looked her dead in
respect
her
that.
eyes and was like, "That don't got nothing to do with me, nigga."
I can respect that. But what I
I
can't
can
respect,
too.
but what I can't respect is the fact that before
Don't
he
lie to
got
me.
fucking voted for, he told us he was gonna do something about that.
It's selling dream season, bro.
But it
Yeah.
always been like that.
Facts.
Like when Winter said the way that Donald Trump is as a leader is not somebody you can trust. My question was,
That's all
okay,
presidents.
my question was, which fucking president has ever given you that impression?
That's fair.
The
That's
closest,
fair.
like people would say Obama and Clinton,
Obama in 2008
Yeah, Obama and Clinton,
definitely
yeah.
gave you that impression.
but what happened when they got into the office? They fell right in line.
But see, yo, this
They
the
fell
thing though,
Yeah.
right
right?
in line.
I kept
He's
it a
like, I'm
hundred.
gonna close.
I
He
kept
was
it a
like, I'm
hundred.
gonna
I
close
voted for him
Guantanamo
because
Bay
I kept it 100. I voted for him because he looked like
because he
me,
was black.
and I wasn't about to waste my vote, my very first vote, on some political shit. Get the fuck out of here.
My
But
nigga drove. My
but
nigga
I
drove to the
educated
polls
myself
bumping.
after
My
that.
president
Second
is
of all,
black. But
yes, absolutely, yes, absolutely, that was me. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. But guess what? I also went into that booth in my head like, well, our president is black, but our government is white. There's no way that they're gonna allow let this nigga do anything for black people. So I was one of the few black people that didn't expect shit but a black president. That was it.
and what
That's
Mitch
all it
McConnell
was.
said, he got up in the house and said, our goal is to make Obama a one-term president. Thank you, everybody.
Mic drop. Mic drop. We didn't need to discuss anything else. And
Mitch
bro,
McConnell, Mitch
but this
McConnell
is
said
my
with his
thing.
whole
I
self,
had
he's
that
like,
mindset
I don't
going
like
into it.
you.
I'm like, yo, there's no way. I said, first of all, there's no way he's getting elected again. And there's no way that all of us black people think we about to be liberated. They're shutting that shit down immediately.
That was me. I ain't gonna lie. I
Well,
bought the hype.
I
Ooh, I
did
and I
bought the
not
mean,
buy
hype.
the hype.
I
looking,
slept. I
Literally,
slept it
I'm
all the
like,
way
yo,
up. I was like,
I'm
we gonna
not
be free.
voting. I'm not voting against him. It's not happening. That's all it was for me. I'm like, I don't expect nothing. I don't expect reparations. I don't expect nothing. It's not gonna happen
honestly,
because I understood how the government worked. I always did. That's why, like, I didn't really hate George Bush as much as everybody else did. I'm like, yo, he's there when shit is going
There you
good.
are.
When shit is going good, he looks great. But when it's bad, he's done.
George Bush is the greatest president of all time.
Hey,
holy shit, dude.
George
hey,
Bush doesn't care about black people.
hey.
Come
Mike
on,
Myers.
look at the moments that happen. And any nigga who tells me that 9/11 was not an inside job, I think they're
Oh
stupid.
my god!
Oh shit, dude.
I'm sorry, that coming too hot.
No, let's go.
Nah.
I knew what it was when I was requesting you on. I knew what this was.
Listen, I furthered my Jesus is a gangbanger take a bit
Hey,
more.
yeah, yo, Winnie,
Oh,
you
did you?
heard the Jesus is a gangbanger theory, huh?
It's just
No.
I just push it together, bro.
I put it on Facebook. I put it on Instagram too. It's
Us,
on our
bro.
Instagram page.
This
Break
man
it down,
said
Ramil.
Jesus
So
was a
Jesus is gang
gangbanger,
is
a
what you're
pimp,
saying?
all of that.
Break it down.
Listen, this nigga Jesus out here walking around with 12 disciples, right? Peter cut off someone's ear.
That's a fact.
Jesus said, hey, bro, don't do that. That's the OG saying we ain't going to do that right now. Right? You have Judas, and if you read the Bible, Judas came from a very wealthy family and was one of the best swordsmen in the land.
He told him to stop because they didn't want the turf war.
No, he
right?
told Peter to stop. Well, Judas was obviously shiesty.
Facts.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he was a shyster, yo. He was
Keep going.
the
Nah,
op.
keep going. Tell him about the temple. Ramil, tell him about the temple. Yeah, I see. He said Romans equal
Oh no,
ops.
that's crazy.
Romans are the ops for sure.
Break it down.
No, but the thing, what the thing is though, if you want to really look at it gang related, the Romans were like, yo, this dude Jesus is causing a huge cult, and they fucking up the set. They better, get a little bit more people. You got a massive following. This nigga out here walking on water and healing people and shit like that. So then they're like, yo, we have to kill this dude. And when they tried to kill him and walk up on him, Peter was like, dog, I'm about to cut off all your ears. And Jesus said, yo, hold that real quick. But Jews had to betray him. That's why they say in the streets, don't trust them niggas. I don't think.
That shit came from the Bible.
No, but
the second hesitation.
That came from the message.
But all jokes aside, though, if you like, because I've done research on this. There's a difference between biblical Jesus and historic Jesus, because a lot of people argue that the Bible is like a Christian mythology book.
I mean, that shit a history book for me.
Which so why is it crazy?
What do we know about history? It was written by the motherfucking women.
Ben's word for word. Ben word for word from the Bible.
Amen.
Word for word.
Yo, I hate that when Ramil was doing his blasphemy, I was getting a whole bunch of hearts. I was like, these niggas love this debauchery. Ramil was like, Jesus is gang gang, and then I see hearts.
Bro, you don't think Jesus had hands at all? You don't think a nigga tried to fight Jesus?
Oh,
you don't think Jesus was like, hey, bro? You don't think he was like, listen, bro, I'm about to put this garment down, my nigga, what's up?
And Jesus like, you don't want to do that. I have infinite stamina. You don't want to do that.
It's over 9,000.
But I also heard a theory that Jesus is half alien. So I don't know what to believe about that man.
Yo,
we talked about that.
I mean, technically, since he's like half God, well, I mean, like, the DNA. I mean, sure.
They say that the Virgin Mary, like, she just came back and came pregnant, was artificial insemination. I have somebody who broke this theory down to me. It was very interesting. I mean, like I say, at the end of life, we'll never really know the truth.
Nah, we won't.
But it is kind of
interesting
to hear somebody.
Man, I know.
You don't know shit. You think you know like everybody else think they know.
But the one question that I don't think that we will answer.
Man, my God came back from the dead, nigga. They was like, yo, we won. The op is dead. Jesus is like, yo, give me 3 days.
If you were anime nerd, that might have been a shadow clone. Who knows? He might have been on his Naruto shit, like, I'm gonna set these niggas up real nice.
Like, if it was just hype, then the niggas that roll with him, they really was about that life.
Like, y'all really don't think Jesus had hope?
The fact that nigga, shut up. The fact that like 11 out of the 12 were hunted, and then 10 out of the 12 were murdered because they said Jesus rose from the dead. Like, they were like, Jesus is God, and then the Romans were like, no, nigga.
But what gang shit? Nah, shut that shit up. I don't like. But no, it all comes down to.
Ben said the only one coming back to life.
No, but it all comes down like to that shit. It all comes down to like when someone introduces a different way of thinking.
Right.
Nah, yeah.
You really had Jesus walking around talking about like.
Unfortunately,
we
live in a world where that different way of thinking gets you killed.
You think Jesus was a Crip or a Blood?
Blood had to be blood.
Yeah, he was wild all day.
He said
why he turned that water into wine because that wine is red.
Yep, he said, if you don't drink my blood, you can't be a part of me. He was a blood, bro.
Yeah, yo.
Big beast.
The blood of Jesus.
Yes, that's crazy.
He said,
I think you mean brazy.
Jesus Bryce.
Brazy. You're right. That is
brazy.
That's brazy.
That is crazy.
Ben said he repping both sets. I call cap because he was making people who was Crip get out of their beds and get healed.
Yeah,
he was like, hey, nah, you ain't Crip no more.
Get up. Drink this blood.
Jesus was the blood, bro. Jesus was the blood, bro.
That is so stupid, yo.
Bro, them niggas that was really cripping, like for real, like the niggas that was laid down for
So it
40
says
years. He was like, "Get up, bro. Stand up and walk, bro."
He was putting dirt in their eyes and shit.
Yep.
Dirt and spit.
So
He
it
like
says- so it
spit and then
says
put the dirt in
Su-
his eyes.
If Jesus is the blood, instead of Suwu, would it be like Juwu?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Sure, come
Y'all
on.
need help, man. Y'all need help. All of y'all.
This is why I wanted Ramil on here. He stayed with
I'm
the
sorry, bro.
takes,
No,
bro.
it's crazy. No, because when I was at the beach, bro, I had such bad signal, bro. And then, like, I was chilling with my homegirl when I got in the car. I was like, yo, I'm about to do this. I told my boy I was about to do it. Is that straight? He said, that's fine. And then the signal was so terrible, bro. It's like when y'all requested me, I got the notification 25 minutes later.
God knew what it was. He was like, he gonna come up
He
here
was like,
talking
he
about
gonna
I'm a
come in here.
gang
What do you mean?
member.
I'm a
not trying
blood.
to
What are you
have it
talking
tonight.
about? You woo.
The funniest part is when you were cutting out, you just at one point said like I disagree and then cut out again.
No, nah, he
It was
said
just
I don't care. He said
Oh,
I
you
don't
said
care.
I don't care. And then
It
cut out
doesn't
again.
matter.
Yeah,
Like, don't care about what?
niggas was waiting on you to expound,
He
and
said
then
it
it was
doesn't.
just
He said
silence.
it doesn't
Bro,
matter.
and that's
And
what's
I'm like,
and
what
you know what
doesn't
you know what the worst part is? When that happened, I was like, "Fuck!" I was about to make a great point, and then
now we don't. Now it doesn't matter. Now it really doesn't matter.
It really don't matter.
nah, it's
Yeah.
a last. And when it comes to blood principles, allegedly that I know, loyalty is one of them. So I had to be loyal to a friend tonight.
Did you just look behind you to see if there's a blood or a Crip behind you?
No, this
Oh shit,
Stupid.
yo, winner goofy, yo.
Yo, he
yeah.
really looking over his shoulder though, bro.
That's hilarious.
That's
But yeah,
I always look over my shoulder. Also, I don't have a car, so I walk at night a lot.
Oh, word.
So I
oh
always
nah,
Don't do that, yo.
nah.
What do you mean? No,
We
that.
need you around.
Yeah, we.
We
No,
need you
just
around.
Just stop
don't do
being
that.
behind me, bro.
Keep that thing
just
on you.
stop being behind me.
Keep that thing on you.
Oh,
It's Nerf or nothing.
All right, nothing much. Just chilling.
Chill,
Yo.
bro. You get shot for that.
Thomas,
You
have
get
you seen the
shot for that.
TikTok where they put real bullets in the Nerf gun?
What?
Yeah, there's TikToks where people put real bullets in the Nerf gun, man.
That don't even make sense, bro.
That's
Like,
crazy.
How does that even
They're
work?
like, yo, you want to play Nerf? Yeah, for real.
I don't know how those things how the
Does
bullets
that even
fit,
work?
but
You talking about this?
no, it doesn't. A
I'm
Nerf
saying,
gun
like,
would not.
how would that even work?
It's a joke, but like it's
stupid.
scary though. It's like, oh shit.
I mean,
It's
It wouldn't even fit.
It did fit in
Nah,
some
it
of the
fit.
guns though, like freaking.
It's gonna work.
The
I don't
fact
think
that
they,
they would go
modified
like
the gun,
this
but
and then the bullet would just fall out, that's hilarious.
yeah.
I mean,
Until
I can,
I mean, it
I
wouldn't-
can
it wouldn't
break all
fire.
that down and institutionalize.
Nah, it wouldn't fire.
But
Go ahead, Ramil.
Yeah.
I
Drop
might
them
fire
jewels.
some off next week.
my parents would not let me play with Nerf guns.
Break it
Oh,
down.
my mom wasn't having that shit neither.
I ain't having me.
Yeah,
It's like, you don't need to be out here
my mom
with
ain't
a
like,
gun.
she ain't like nothing about guns and shit like that. You know, that's why
Nah,
I'm
but
gonna wait.
when
I'm
you're
gonna wait
young-
till she leaves
so when you're
because she
younger-
coming. I'm gonna wait till she leaves to go get my shit.
Exactly.
What?
But when you're younger, you're looking at it like, yo, why are my parents being like this?
Cause we thought that shit
And
was
then
cool.
when you get older, you realize why your parents are being like this, which is some shit that just recently
Realize
like,
it even
happened.
more when you have your own kids.
Nah, I that's true as well. Because I always look at like, damn, how am I gonna raise my kids? Because I know all the fucked up things that I've done in my life, and I don't. They say that your kids are supposed to be 10 times worse than you, and I've seen
God
that.
dang.
No, I've seen that. I've seen like, okay, maybe I just can't. Well, maybe I can prove this point better. Because
Shit,
I just
I'm
think
10
back-
I'm 10 times better than my parents, so I lucked out. So.
Hey, but
Yo,
guess
when
what?
it
Hey,
when
but
I
guess
say I don't
what?
know what you talking about, nigga.
Hey, no, but guess what? You have habits that your parents had that are probably 10 times worse than those habits now. But you may not
Maybe.
realize that, yes, right?
Yeah.
So when I was growing up, right, I'm about to like conclude this point, but I just recently came back from Dayton, Ohio. It was my grandma's 80th birthday, right? So we went up to this year. I knew it was going to be a chaotic fest because it's always been a dysfunctional family. Like
Family in general, though,
my
bro.
mom, true, 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 but the habits I see my mom exhibit, I've seen her exhibit these habits for like 14, 15 years, right? Or I was more aware of it. Like after I got divorced, it got better. Like I understand, like why my mom is so argumentative, why my mom always asks why people love her, why my mom always wants someone to be around, like the
Yeah.
codependency, all that type of shit. So when I go back, and you find that like, I mean, I've known it for a while, but like your mother is like a child of an affair, which is straight, nigga. Like, I'll get to that point, but then she grows up with siblings who may know that and treat her differently.
Right.
You feel me? And
Yeah.
then when the grandmother may be upset about the consequences of having that child, they are going to take it out of that child, especially when they're poor, black, and in the hood. Right? And then my mom is also biracial, but my mom doesn't look black. My mom is biracial, but she looks Puerto Rican. You know what I'm talking about? Like the mixed people that come out like with the more white attributes and shit like that. She had long black hair. She was thick. Pause. I'm not commenting on my mom, but these are just facts. So she would always say that the black girls would pick on her because she was too light. The white girls didn't like her because she was a little bit too dark, and she said the Hispanic girls didn't like her because their boyfriends thought she was cuter. So she grew up fighting, right?
Right.
So now we come back to like this moment, my grandma's 80th birthday, and everything is cool. Well, I knew that shit was about to blow up. We got old cousins coming around, and it's a whole bunch of shit. My old cousin's like, yo, this woman gave me up for adoption. I'm the result of this, da da da. I met a new uncle, all types of things. My grandma came and sat down with me, and she was like, do you look at your grandma any differently because of what happened? I said, hell no, because you're still my grandma, and I have no idea what was going on in 1977 or 1980.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? You feel me?
Yeah.
So then, me and the cousins, we step out, we come back, huge ass argument happens. And then me and my cousins, it's upsetting because our parents are beefing. Well, they've always been beefing. But me and my cousins are cool. So it's that type of like, take that child away shit from the family. But me and my cousin been rocking for a minute. So we always sneak past it. And then we have a new cousin who's observing this because he hasn't been introduced to the family for about maybe 15 years. And he's like, this is like crazy what's going on. And me and my other cousin are like, bro, they do this all the time. We knew this was going to happen. So it's like, yo, why do you really want to carry what? My mom just turned 52. So, y'all in your 50s and y'all still carrying resentment from when y'all was 8, 9, 10, 12, 11, whatever. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's at what point do you not get over that?
When niggas say sticks and stones break my bones, words will never hurt me, them niggas was capping. Like, I don't know what they talk about. Like, I still remember things.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
I've had
Yeah, that's a
words,
lot. We living in those times, bro.
Yeah.
We living in those times, nigga. We got cancel culture because of that shit. Because niggas is soft.
Oh Lord.
But some words hurt me. And Thomas,
Yeah, they do.
I know you're not an advocate of this shit no more. But I asked part of the Joe Budden shit on Patreon. One of his new co-hosts was saying, he's like, yo, if I tell you something in confidence and then we get into an argument and you use those words to try to purposely hurt me,
no,
I'm not rocking with you no more.
That shit dead, yo.
That's a fact.
It's funny because I just talked to my boy on some shit like that too, and I'm like, yo, if me and you is just having a conversation and you want to bring that shit up, that's fine.
Pull me to the side,
do that shit in public.
Yeah.
But not even in public, even in private. It's like
because at the end of the day, if it's just me and you, having a conversation, and you my people, if you told me that shit and we that close, then I'm close. Then that mean we close. I'm close enough to call you on your shit, cause I'm your boy.
Ramillion,
But
it
no,
sound
no,
like what you saying. It
it
sound like
depends.
what
No,
you
when you
saying
use it
is
as
to
an
like.
insult,
Oh yeah, as an insult,
Okay,
absolutely
yeah,
no, hell nah.
like,
That
oh,
shit dead.
that's why, like, oh, that's why your
right,
daughter's this, oh, that's why
right.
you, like, for example, like when I was out there, I have my issues. Like when I was out there, like my aunt, and when you look at like repeat history, my aunt was always throwing jabs. Bro, she asked me, nigga, it's 10:30 in the morning. She's, some shit broke an umbrella. I'm trying to fix this umbrella. And I got a nigga rated. I'm like, all right, yo, where's the duct tape at? Let me see, I can do this type of stagehand shit. Thomas, you know what I'm talking about.
Gang
And then
gang.
like whenever like I would try to re-rig it, and it wasn't exactly correct, but she was flustered. So in her like emotional state of being flustered, she's like, "Oh, you must just be drunk." I'm like, "I'm not drunk, bro. Nigga, it's 10:30." And then the worst part about that shit is like when she said that, something dropped out of that umbrella, and I'm like, "Now it looks that way, but I'm
Yeah,
not."
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
yeah. That's wild.
And
like
it's just like,
the fact that you like shared that with confidence, and then somebody pulls that out like the big joker. That's not fighting fair. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're talking about ham, and then you bring up turkey from like 2 years ago, that's not fighting fair.
oh
Like
no,
we're
but no, that's what the family does, and that's something that has been like. That's something like I've subconsciously inherited because I've been like mad pissed off on people like, and I've had blackout nights when someone's like, "Bro, you've said some fucked up shit to me,"
Yeah,
mm,
and I'm like, "Hey, yo, my bad about that." But growing up, when you see whenever people get into arguments, all they say is fucked up shit to you, and
you become accustomed to that.
exactly. And even growing up, when I was like, growing up after like my parents got divorced or whatever, like, and my mom was stressed when we came back from Ohio and she had to move to some shit. Whenever my mom would get pissed, she would always say, "Oh, well, everything would be different if we didn't have to come back to Ohio. If we did not have to come back to Florida because Ramil wanted to do this. Everything would be better if." So like growing up, like, I'm used to people just saying fucked up shit when they're upset to you.
yeah,
And I've done my best to prevent that shit from doing it because I understand, like, how they say you're a product of your environment?
Yeah,
Yeah. But sometimes when you get mad, heated, and tight, and, I understand, like, when you say shit in the moment, when you're angry, that shit kind of resurfaces.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of shit that you tell these people in confidence, they throw back at you.
Nah, I feel you.
yeah.
So
I
that's
feel
why when I was listening to that shit and that nigga was like, "Bro, you out here, y'all cussing each other out, and then y'all cool at the family barbecue. I don't want no hamburger. I'm all right. Like, I'm cutting them off. And if we're gonna really be this transparent, we're gonna wrap it up. I'm sorry, I have to make up for mad lost time because I was trying to be out here with y'all for
Nah,
yeah,
real.
you
nigga, what you
good, son.
mean? This what we do, bro. Bump
So
that. I appreciate your openness for real. Like
Facts.
that's what I'm here, bro. I don't talk to people. So this is a good form of expression.
this
But
gang, nigga.
I can't do that. But all day.
Hit that water jujitsu real quick, nigga.
Hey, what
Let's
song you want?
go.
What song you
Let's
want?
go. Let's go.
Doing all that
Yep.
major shit.
Yep.
That was 6 times in once. I'd fuck half these
Wow,
niggas in the streets.
wow.
2020. But no, I had a recent situation happen last year with my father, where I felt like, they always talk about build up. I think that nigga's mad spineless. That's when I learned that blood is not. Well, I mean, I've always heard the quote, but blood is really not thicker than water, bro.
Man,
Which is unfortunate.
Man, blood may be thicker than water, but mud is thicker than blood,
No,
bro.
I've seen, bro. My dad told my sister that if this house was burning on fire, he would let her burn and save my stepmother instead. And
That's fucked up.
that is one of the many things that happened within that 45 minutes. And
Damn.
when I saw that, I was like,
That's toxic as fuck.
oh, and I was chill. And he was like, oh, you probably mad wasted right now. That's why you chill. I said, no, nigga, you just, you know,
Yeah.
You did the right thing. You got to get out of those
Oh
family
no, it was great, and it's
situations. You know
crazy
what I
because
mean?
Yeah.
and it's crazy how
Hey, I mean,
they
when
try to
people
talk.
show you who they are, then you gotta believe them at that
Believe
point.
him. That's
Oh,
Maya
exactly.
Angelou.
So now, but at the same time, that is still my father. You know what I'm saying? Now, you cut them off. My grandpa died. So my grandpa dying. This happened in 2020, probably like June 11th or 12th. And that same December of last year, they wanted to have a grand birthday celebration because you know when someone's on the way out, right? Not it's just old age. It happens. Humans are gonna die. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So then they're like, "Oh, we want you to come here to this event, dress up, color coordinate, laugh, take pictures, and keep key." Which no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I have too much integrity to stand on that ground, right? Because the thing is, though, I don't. They like to look at optics. It's like, oh, if he's not here, he's not gonna care about his grandpa. Bro, I can see my grandpa after this event and have a
Yeah.
I
conversation
can
with
see
him
him whenever I want. But I'm not about to come and play
and
the
laugh
charade with y'all.
and laugh and
Yeah,
kiki
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. I feel
joke
you.
with
I feel
y'all.
you.
Take pictures with this bitch. And, I'm sorry. And take
Nah,
pictures with this
I
bitch
feel you, bro.
and all that type of shit. I'm not gonna do that type of shit. And then that shit gonna
Man.
be awkward. And then y'all niggas gonna be having liquor there, and I'm probably gonna start fighting some of y'all, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna embarrass my. Well, it wouldn't be an embarrassment. Prospectively, if you look at it for me, it wouldn't be an embarrassment. It'd be like justification. But to the
Yeah,
outside, it'd be like, oh, he's embarrassed himself. I'm not gonna
yeah,
put
yeah. I feel
myself in
you.
that situation to have that.
I
You feel me?
just I just went through that. My nana, who I
So,
was talking about earlier with the shoebox lunch, she passed away this November.
Huh?
And my abuser, my stepmom, who was emotionally abusive,
Oh damn.
she was up there with my dad, like at the funeral, and we don't have a relationship. Like February of that year, she basically was like, I
you
tried to set a
said,
boundary.
you know, Thomas?
Yeah, it was at a funeral.
Oh yeah. All right. I'm about to tie a great point in. Go ahead.
I got you. But yeah, that February that year, she basically was like, I don't want nothing to do with you. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to my son, who's my brother. Don't talk to my daughter, who's my sister. Like we step brother, step sister, but bump that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, blood couldn't
So
make you come
like
closer. I
she
feel you.
was right. She was
And I
like,
still feel you as well with that because, like, I don't like my stepbrother's mother at all. It's the same woman I was describing earlier, but like, I still hit that nigga up, so I still have, I know what that's like because you can't be responsible of your sins, the sins of your parents. I can't be responsible
exactly,
because even
exactly,
if and even if I describe it to you, that's still your mother, and you knew what your mother did to put you in this position. And I remember I was talking to my stepbrother one time, and I was like, bro, I could say mad shit about your mom. And he was like, I could say mad shit about your mom. But the things he'd be saying about my mom really wouldn't be true. The things I'd be saying were true. But we knew that, and we were like, bro, come on. Like,
It ain't
yeah,
got nothing to do with
we
us.
chilling. What you mean? That was a nigga who told me to get my hands up. So like,
right.
for me, yeah, that'd be an annoying fight, honestly. Not to
So
think about that.
yeah, so my nana dies. I see my abuser there. I knew she was gonna be there, and just didn't talk to her. Like I'm literally looking at her like she's 5 feet away from me, and like my nieces and nephew have never been introduced to her because none of us mess with her. And so like my little nephew, he don't know no better. He's like, yo, who's this? And I turn to my sister, I'm like, yo, he's trying to go over there. Like, do you want him to do that? And so just like having the mindset to like separate myself from the situation and like letting other niggas like decide on that and like protecting my peace, being like, look, y'all do what y'all want to do. But it got to the point where I was like, I have to get out this house.
Yeah.
Like the funeral was over. We were all at the repast.
You talking about the reception, right?
Exactly. You know how black people do. Like we all go back to the house, got the food and all that. I was like, I gotta get out of here. I have to
Right,
leave.
I feel you.
They were
right.
like, no, no, optics, whatever, whatever. Like, look, we family, we all here for each other. Let's just take a walk. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
and
have
guess
to
what?
get out of
We
here.
we
So I
still
ended
gonna
up
be
Hey,
going to a
family after
hotel.
I leave.
to
So
link
Facts.
to link those points though. after everything that just recently happened with my father, that happened last year, which I don't speak with, and on top of that, you know, you see trickle down effects. I seen like my sister, you know, in the car crying and being like, "Yo, why doesn't he love me?" And like, you know what that's like when she holding you and you really can't really answer that type of shit, right? So now my grandfather's passing away, the same nigga that they told me I wasn't gonna see, which I did see a week after, but and then and you know I was the golden boy, but now I'm the black sheep, right? Because Haitians are judgmental. They want you to be at certain things. They want you to be at certain levels in certain things of your life because they came from a third world country. So I understand that mentality. You know what I'm saying? But
That's just culture.
it's culture, but it's different. I'm
Yeah.
trying to make movies. That's just not as easy as I thought when I was 16. But it's straight. I'm gonna continue to make movies. But when that happened, I was chilling. Might have been the blunt that was talking to me, and I was like, "Bro, I gotta see my grandpa because I know he about to die." So you know, I reached out. I went to my uncle. My uncle understood every point I went. I wanted to go see him. He so happened to have surgery. He was excited to see me. Took him down to surgery, right? And they still want to talk shit about, oh, see how all that happens? But they're like, oh, you wasn't at that party though? My nigga, come on. You wasn't there when he was walking through surgery. But now, after that happened, my uncle still called me because he's like, his condition is very bad. Because old age, he's about to die. Yeah. So I have to make an appointment and see him this week. But I'm future tripping about the funeral when I have to see all y'all again. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I have to deal with all y'all, the fake smile, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fake smiles, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
understand
if
that.
my stepmom wants to get slick, no, if my stepmom wants to get slick out the mouth, I can be like, yo, my grandfather who just died wasn't even there at the marriage in that sad ass living room that my mom built. Different story. So that's why, like, with the shit that I'm going on and the resentment that I have built over my life or whatever, I don't know if I have to like do that thing that I said earlier, take it out on other people. I'm not exactly sure how to react to that. But at the same time, I still have to go to my grandpa's funeral because that was my grandfather, bro. You know, you remember all them good ass times, right?
Exactly. Like, and that's the thing about
there.
family, though. That's the true thing about family. Like, it don't matter like how bad shit got. Like you still have that. You still have certain shit that you look back on and just be like, yo, you know what? That's my fucking family.
For sure. And like one of the podcasts I was listening to, they were like, yo, it sucks that when at certain family, you know how family funerals can go bad.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
yeah.
They were saying that this probably is not the place where you should take that out at. But then again, people react differently.
Yeah, people react differently. You know what I mean? You can't tell somebody when and where to respond to whatever emotions that they having. You know, all you can do is control. All you can do is control what you do.
For sure. I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting funeral though. I definitely got to get a fire ass editor and shit on these niggas.
Go ahead, Winter.
I was gonna say to go
350 threads in the suit.
I was gonna say, like, to go along with what you're saying, like, I mean, I can relate because, like, when you're with your family, it's not just the fact that it's your family. You're also like, if you've moved away from your family or like grown since you've like last like lived with your family, and then you go visit them, it's really hard to like. You almost have to like fight that like mindset to like almost like because like your old mindset of like your role in the family kind of creeps back up on you. You know what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying with talking about that old world. For me, it's like my family looks at me with a disappointment factor because of the shit that's happened with me in my life and whatever, and like the drinking and all that type of stuff. But the thing is, like, bro, it's not really a disappointment because, and that's why I look at the hypocrisy of it, because it's like they always are like, yo, when I was your age, I was doing the same shit. But now that I am of that age, you're condoning me for doing the same shit you said you was doing.
Yeah, I
So how is
completely
that?
understand with that, man. I can completely understand that. It's wild
I
because
make fun of my
it's kind of a
dad.
cycle because we gonna get to the point we may get to the point where we doing that same shit and we gotta realize it.
Right. I make fun of my dad because he he wouldn't let me grow my hair out. Like,
I'm sorry. This is my boy Uzu.
What's up?
It's
All right.
good,
what
bro.
up?
How are you guys?
I'm chilling on his steps doing this.
He
I hope that
laughs.
nigga I
He
hope that
laughs
nigga
and
knew you was
leaves.
there. But yeah, my dad wouldn't let me grow out my hair. I wanted to be like Lil Bow Wow. And he wouldn't let me get an afro. He let me get a mini afro.
Well, nigga, you grown
And
now. You
he was like, I was like, yo, I'm looking at old pictures or whatever, and this nigga had a huge afro. He would plait his hair during the summer. I'm like, nigga, you a whole hypocrite. Like, what you doing? Like, why? But
you
it
know
is what
why?
it
Because
is,
they
bro.
was worried about
So
how it was gonna be viewed. That's all.
yeah, that respectability politics is something else, I
Yeah,
swear.
yeah.
But
But
yeah,
at the same
but this
time, until
was
we all do get to that point of like respecting and understanding, like, damn, yo, you know what? I did the same shit. Like, we won't
yeah,
fucking move nowhere. Family or
yeah.
not.
But
Word.
we
And
we got to be better than our parents, yo.
for sure. And it's
That's
like
for sure.
it's like a cycle thing. Like, I'm sorry, man. You know, white people come in, interrupt shit. But I'm sorry,
He ain't
bro.
talking about you, Winter.
Cool though.
No, I know. He's talking about his. He's talking about his friend. Yeah, or his roommate or whatever.
Yo, I love the fact that we
But
got Winter on here. Winter's like, yo, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Yo, you'll have some people
No,
probably watching this shit
I
like,
do
oh,
give a
that's
fuck.
so rude. That's so wrong. And I'm like, to who? You
nah,
know?
Them niggas be out.
but he seemed
You be
like
out.
he seemed like a cool dude. But nah, but that whole family shit though.
You one of the good ones.
No, but that whole family
Appreciate
shit.
What if he said that
Is
about us
crazy,
though?
bro.
No, that's why I said it. That's why I said it.
Hey, Smiley. Hey, hey, what's the addy? We riding out. But with that whole family thing, I'm sorry I missed the point y'all was making because I had to entertain that. But no, that it's just
Mute
interesting.
yourself
Like,
next time, nigga.
listen,
Joking.
and you know what was crazy when I was going through that, because I would ask people who are older than me, have you gone through things like this when your father did this, when your father did that? And I've had a lot of people be like, yeah, my dad did this, my mom did this, and they were like, at this point, it was like, fuck that. Like,
You know what
if
else?
this is what this nigga wants to do with his age, like, who gives a fuck? I'm gonna do my own shit. And that's why I feel like the best advice in life is to shit on people. That's the best revenge. No, dead ass. No, dead ass. Hey, all right, I'm about to bring it back, and I cannot believe I'm about to make it. And I got banned from Disney. I think I told Thomas that story, but I got banned.
No, you did not.
Oh, well, I got banned from Disney, and it cost me like $800. But the niggas were stupid. But I think I've realized I have a problem with authority, so I don't like people telling me certain things to do because
Well,
I
you need
think
to
that I'm
stay your
smarter
ass in
than
the
them.
house then, nigga.
Hey, what you mean? What you mean? I was out there the whole year for COVID. But
Yeah.
nah, but when
Yeah, them niggas said, wear your mask. He's like, F you, nigga.
oh no, I'm wearing the mask because the fact that
If I die, I die.
no, the fact that when COVID no, the fact that when COVID hit and they were like, you guys need to start washing your hands more, I was like, y'all not washing your hands already? That's crazy. And then when I went to New York, I see why them Asians was out there walking around with the masks.
Bro,
Because people
Yep.
with that.
they
Niggas is
way
gross,
ahead of the
bro.
curve, son. What you mean? That's why
Asia's had
I ain't
poor
taking
air
my shit
quality
off,
for
bro.
like decades.
No. Oh,
Their
no.
air quality is so bad they gotta wear the
Nigga,
mask, bro.
since that SARS shit. When we was kids, since
Oh, yeah.
that shit. And you know what's so funny?
But,
I never asked them why they was wearing masks either. It was like I already knew.
I
and
had
it
no
makes,
idea. I just thought it was
but
drip. Like I was like, that's clean.
but to come back around to that shitting on people point is how you can get the best revenge.
Figuratively.
And no, this is how you get the best. Okay,
No, he's literally pulling down his pants and shitting on
one
people,
of the
man.
ways.
Yo, I don't kink shame, but I hope you mean figuratively.
Yeah,
I don't
figured.
need
No, I'm not
revenge,
shitting on
nigga.
anybody. That's disgusting. And my shits don't smell the best, so I don't want to
Relax,
smell my nose.
relax, relax, relax. Keep it
Then
going.
this gonna look at
Yo,
me
we keep
differently.
talking about
My
shit.
ass
I'm about to
Relax.
slide on
Keep it
y'all
going.
niggas, bro.
I'm definitely
Oh,
gonna hit
but
that
anyway,
X.
so in the movie, there's a movie, there's a Disney movie called Gold, and this wasn't like, one of the Disney Network movies on TV. This was like a movie that was produced by Disney. It was called Gold. It was like loosely based off this soccer player. This Mexican immigrant family moved up to America, and this kid, all he wanted to do was play soccer. That was his goal. All he wanted to do was to get in the league, right? And his father had a landscaping service, and all the money he would make from that, he would save it up because he was trying to buy himself like a ticket so he can go out and audition in other states or other cities or other countries, so he can like be that type of shit. But his father was like, what it's like when you have those the immigrant families who've gone through so much and they think that certain American dreams are unrealistic. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? What I just said? Yes.
Yeah.
So, like that's the shit he want to do is like, yo, we here, we in America, I can do this shit, and he was filthy at soccer. I mean, there was a scene when like he went to the park and he was killing it, and then they were like, hey, yo, you don't got no shin guards, and he was like, but I just came here to play, like, cause he was broke, he couldn't afford shin guards. So he's like, you ain't got no shin guards. This man went to a dumpster, got some cardboard, taped both them bitches on his knees, and he was like, I'm
What
shin
up?
guards. And the ref was like, you know what? He right. Those are shin guards. You know what I'm saying? So then, anyway, long story short, he was getting better. He was getting better. He had like, I guess, on some random chance type of thing, there was just a sports agent there was a sport agent who was just chilling at that park, and he saw him, and he was like, yo, this dude is nice. He gave him his card. He was like, yo, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can really do this. You're really nice. Like, come here for this class or whatever. And then he came back home, and he told his father, yo, this guy just came out here and told him about this type of stuff. And his father's like, yeah, that's a stupid-ass dream. You have to sit here and help us build this company up, and you can do all this type of things for us and everything like that, and we can just make all this money doing landscaping. He said, yo, I don't want to do that. I want to play soccer. And he said, yo, if I do this, I can make so much more money. But the thing is that it was unrealistic to his father. So his father found out, because everybody in that movie knew where his money was. Took his money, bought new landscaping equipment with it. So he couldn't do it. Like, so he couldn't pay those expenses. He got extremely upset at his father.
The
right?
dad stole his money?
Yes, and bought more lawn equipment for his business.
That ain't my dad no
Yeah,
more.
exactly. So he split up, and then the agent was that dope. He was like, "Yo, listen, we got you. Just come out, because we believe you that nice." So, time goes by. He's out here playing. He's doing his thing. He's killing it, right? He hasn't talked to his father in so long. So then. Sorry.
I thought you said long story short, man. No,
I'm sorry. I talk a lot. You better wrap it up.
Yo,
No, but
Ramila's a
no.
storyteller. He's
I'm
like, all right,
playing.
zoom
I'm just
in.
playing,
No,
man.
I'm about to wrap it up. I'm about to wrap it up. So then, it comes to the point where like he's over there in Spain, and he made the team, made like he's doing all this, and he's a nasty ass player. Meanwhile, back in America, his father is sitting at a bar. He got off of work. I'm gonna go see the bar. Like how football is like big in like Hispanic culture, so he's watching it, and they're talking about this player who's killing it, and then he's like, "What?" The father sees him. He's like, "Yo, that's my son." He's in disbelief. He said, "Yo, that's my son." Yo, that's my mother. Like the same son he was shitting on for this dream years ago is out there on this TV right now, right? Killing it. And then, bro, every goal that was made was by that. And you should have seen the way, like, if you watch that movie, Thomas, we don't watch that movie. If you see it, he looked so proud, bro. He was like, yo, that's my son. He really did that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then his dad died of a heart attack a few days later.
Hate to see it.
Hey, but guess what? His dad got to see his son play. But that's why I say the best advice of people who've done you wrong is to shit on him. Because he shit on them right there. When they were looking at him in that bar, he was shitting on him.
Right, prove him wrong, you know?
Yeah, he was like, y'all told me I couldn't do this, and now I'm doing this, and now you cheering me at the bar. But, you know, he could not have that final conversation with his father. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
of the mistakes that he made. But
But his father probably was happy that before he died, he was like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
you got to see it.
But that's
So I feel
why
like that's a
the best advice, bro, is to shit on people, bro. If anyone tells you to do nothing wrong, like for example, a more political quote would be, "The best revenge is success," which is equivalent to what I just said. But yeah, y'all told me I couldn't do this, and now like I'm successful as fuck, and
yeah,
now y'all watching my shows. Now you're watching me do my shit
right.
or
So I
whatever.
feel
Listening to my music or reading my books or looking at my art or whatever it is, bro. The best advice is to take all that fucking trauma that you had in your life, turn that shit into creativity, and just do that shit.
yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up like this. To bring it back to Tyler. Tyler uh had Will I Am from the Black Eyed Peas come up to him and was like, "Yo, you're gonna have to compromise to make it." Essentially, like he was like, "I love your stuff. You're super talented. I love what you're doing, but like I had to compromise to get the Black Eyed Peas to pop, and you're gonna have to compromise." And Tyler was pissed. He was like, "How dare you say that?" Because like will.i.am was like, "In 10 years, you're gonna understand what I'm saying." And looking at him now, Tyler never compromised and is doing everything his way that he wanted to do. The things that he said he was going to do, he wanted his own app, he got it. He wanted these certain cars, he got it. He wanted
That
to work
golf
with
game,
Pharrell, he
woke
got it.
shit. Talking about, you know how the Joe Budden podcast just broke up?
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you've seen like the new Rory and Maul clips.
yeah,
Like, yeah, well, they had Earl Sweatshirt in one of their conversations, and then they were talking about that, and then they talked about like friends in business, and then Earl made such a good ass point. He was like, "Yeah, I understand friends in business," and he's like, and then they were like, "Well, you could understand what it's like doing business with your friends." He was like, "Yo, we was all 17 trying to figure it out, so we didn't
yep.
even do the business yet." You know what I mean? Like it's different, but to close it off, shit on everybody. And
And so I want y'all to say where they can find you at and
you
what
can check me out at Instagram at RamilTheDeal, at Twitter, RamilTheDeal, and YouTube.com/Capture the Concept. I know you guys are going to be seeing some older videos, but we cooking up a storm. It's like when people don't drop albums in 4 years. The next one's going to be hot.
what video would you recommend they watch?
Turning Tides. That shit was ahead of its time.
All right. Winter, what's up? Where can they find you?
IG WinterGotThatSound. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
This nigga also got a beat tape.
Yeah, I got.
Come on, promote your stuff, nigga. It's your time. What you
Man,
doing?
those. I told you those are old beats, man.
Nigga, I
But
don't
yeah,
care. Look, he came out with a beat tape. You can find it on SoundCloud.
yeah, it
It's
sounds.
Heaters Volume 1. It's
Yeah,
fire. I listened to it.
look up
Uh,
Winter Sounds.
yeah.
It's on there.
True. Hey,
And
and when it comes to them old beats, if you listen to track 9 off that J. Cole album, Let Go My Hand, he was like, E probably,
Yeah,
he
that's an
said,
old beat.
yeah, he said, E sent me this beat about a year ago, but, he heard it differently. So that's fine. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So, yeah, do
So,
that shit, man.
yeah. Y'all know what it is. You know where to find me. I'm Flyboy T. So I'm super biased when it comes to Tyler. And then it's King's Corner. I'm glad I got my nigga Ramil finally on here, not on some bootleg ish.
I'm
I got my nigga Winter on here, who was able to talk.
now.
The Rona's still out here. Wear your mask. Wash your hands.
Sure.
Keep your
Hey,
hands to yourself.
And remember, that girl is not thick. She just sitting on a sink. Okay?
All right, yo.
What?
See?